everybody, this is Ralph here at Cardboard Coliseum Games, bringing you more exciting gameplay footage from the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. This week I've managed to maneuver a bunch of dragon-based challenges into my inbox, so I thought it'd be fun to throw together a Dratini deck. This is an evolution-based dragon deck formed around Dratini and his evolutions, Dragonaire and Dragonite. The entire idea is simply to get out as many stage 2s as I can, as quickly as I can, and pound face for large, funny effects. I managed to get a little space in there for Latios EX, probably my favorite EX right now, at least that I have in run, and Oranguru for support. Trainers are all based around either getting out basics to evolve or getting out evolutions for them, with just a little sprinkling of energy, because, well, as you'll see, we can go through a lot. Wally is the all-star, and the energy base, it is a lot of colors, so there is a lot of special energy. As you can see, there are a lot of cards in here that are 1-ofs that should be 4-ofs. What can I say? I'm building on a free-to-play budget, trying to prove that this game can in fact be played and enjoyed on zero budget. To date, I have spent $0 on Pokemon Online. Here you see the challenges, as I mentioned, all dragon-based. Took a little doing to set them up, but I just couldn't resist the temptation. And here we are in Game 1. Not a whole lot to say watching coin flips. Would I like to go first? Certainly, especially in a deck with Latios. Only a 2-of, unfortunately. I could bring it to 3, but I really wanted to work on the evolutions for the challenges. Now, of course, considering I had locked myself into this and had a set number of challenges that I wanted to accomplish and to record, of course the game gave me a handy mulligan hand for Game 1, just to keep me on my toes. And while I'm getting set up, I would just like to mention that this is all being recorded in post-production, because as it turns out, when I'm playing live, I can be a very negative person, and pretty much every downturn had me just mumbling and groaning and, well, not being very entertaining for all of you. So instead I've decided to voice over after the fact with a little bit more perspective and be able to fill in some blanks with things other than just, well, here I played an energy and I passed the turn. Because I tell you folks, even to me, that just doesn't sound very exciting. Now what is exciting is getting a turn 1 Latios EX with his energy going right in for 40. I gotta admit, felt great, feels great every single time. Even when they immediately take away the damage and start board recovery, still putting them back that 40 and making them use the cards feels worth it every time to me. Not super afraid of a big bad snowman that takes a bunch of energy. Kinda already had my start. No lie, in real time when they played this card, I said, boy oh boy, just don't let it be Team Flare Grunt. Don't let them take that 1 energy and leave me with the hand that I was currently holding. So of course, that's exactly what happened. But they did give me a turn, so I had a chance to play a little strategy. Now you might notice that the Wally is there in my hand. I could go to the stage 2 evolution, which theoretically is all the deck is built to do. But that stage 2 Dragonite in my hand has an ability that removes all damage counters from one of my Pokemon if played from hand. So I thought probably be best to hold back a little, save that for a rainy day. And besides, there was no energy to put on him, so really there was no need to evolve him any farther yet. And here we have one absurdly slow turn of playing out a very obvious line. I guess I can give him some credit saying he was probably thinking about taking away my double colorless energy for half a second. But boy, it was hard to fill this airtime right here. He got ready for his nice first attack, put me to sleep, took out my energy, and I'll be honest with you folks, this turn right here, this is the turn I'm talking about when I say I got a little on the dark side. My primary attacker with plenty of energy that had been doing great, sound asleep, no energy to put on him, plenty of ways to wake him up, but nothing to do with him if I did. So I had to hold back, keep sitting on Dragonite, keep sitting on Wally, and just wait on that energy. Kind of a quiet turn for the opponent here, so I think this might be a good time, a couple videos in, to let everybody know why a 36-year-old man is playing a child's game with a little girl avatar. And just for the record, my original avatar was the default random one I was given, and this one that I currently use was designed by my 6-year-old daughter. It will be replaced sooner or later, but at the moment I just find it too funny and I have to roll with it. Of course, I say I have a really bad stormy turn last turn, and it comes right back around. I get a double dragon energy, I wake up, and I'm right back in the fight with Latios, scratching and clawing, with that Dragonite still in my pocket. Thank God they didn't know about him up to this point, because it turns out he makes all the difference in the world right about here. Could have lost my Latios, could have had a big, chunky stage 2 evolution just sitting on the bench doing nothing, but instead, I get a full heal. I get to pull up some energy. Really funny story. Also figured this one out in real time. Turns out I failed to put any blue energy in this deck when I put in Latios. It was after the original build. I remember the purples, forgot the blues. I was upset, to say the least, and I'm embarrassed even just doing voiceover and claiming it and not editing over it right now. But luckily, Double Dragon Energy is super flexible, and I still was able to start making giant swings with my giant dragon whale. This was a fun little turn. After a little editing to take care of the 20 seconds they spent thinking about it, they forgot that Latios was immune to EX effects and tried to put him to sleep. Now, long run, I don't think it would have made a whole lot of difference in the game, but it was pretty satisfying. I get my 2 prize cards, and they get a little bit of egg on their face, which, I gotta tell you, feels a lot better than having egg on my face, which is the usual way these things work out. Definitely couldn't have asked for better prize cards, setting up another full 3-card, 2-stage evolution chain for Dragonite, while they're still trying to get 1 energy to stick on the board. Can't blame them for trying to get some more basics. Yet another great sign. They get to search for 2. They only come up with 1. Start to get the feeling at this point that maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to. And of course, I was making great progress on damage and knockouts with dragons, with Latios just sitting out there the whole game. Just body blow after body blow. 110 damage at a time. Not too hard to get to 750 that way. I guess I was showing off to myself for a moment there. Always gotta love Latios. Keep track of the hit points, make sure everybody's okay. They had themselves a very active turn here. Lots of trainers. Kind of a Rocky montage moment. Makes me wish I could go dig up Eye of the Tiger without getting sued for it, you know? But energy's flying everywhere. Elixirs flying everywhere. Thought for a moment this might be a turn that really came and bit me right square in the butt. little bitty potions with 110-point swingers out. Almost cute. One last trainer to finish off the turn. Still no energy to attack with, and they make the pass. Now, what I really would have liked to have found here is a Dragonite healer again, but unfortunately the coins don't love me, so I just had to go ahead and take some prize cards instead. Gotta love big whales, gotta love getting 2 prize cards per kill. And they're 2 of my favorite buddies to evolve. Getting ready to make a nice explosive turn next turn for me. And of course, here they are, playing more energy removal. Bringing Latios back down to size. And I suppose making it a fair fight. Really was afraid of another Team Flare grunt here. But as it turns out, it was just another draw effect. Not quite as scary. They did manage to get their abominable snowman online finally. Grabbing some extra energy with that attack there. But like I said when they played him, not really afraid of snowmen. This turn's a lot of fun and a lot of strain on my poor graphic processor. Just dropping evolution after basic after evolution. It's really what the deck's built for, and it felt every bit as good as it should have. Decided here to lay off the Dragon Knights a little bit and head over and start making my utility evolution. Really nice ability on the stage 2 there. I tried to pronounce his name, but I'm not that talented. And lucky for me, I had a switch to respond to their energy removal, so I was able to go right back on the attack. Again, not so lucky with coin tosses, but you take what you can get, right? Good old Palkia. Don't know why I had to look at him. I'd play him every day. Ooh, the snowman. They were able to play a little bit of control here, mess with my board state a bit, change up, bring Latios back in. And I guess it would have worked if I hadn't made the questionable decision of putting a double colorless energy on Latios way back in the day. And here comes that stage 2 utility evolution I was telling you about. The brilliant ability to recycle my hand and draw 4 new cards. Make immediate use of it, and get a far better result than just being able to search up some basic energy. In fact, I get the result of being able to search up even more basic energy. Bring Latios back, bring Dragonite out. And there's the scoop. I'm not quite as sure as they must have been that the game was over at that point, but probably a good concession. Certainly cost me a couple extra points in the daily goals, but I was happy with it. As usual, the completion of the first goal was hidden by the victory box. The second one almost completed. Unfortunately, it turns out it's really difficult to get a lot of knockouts when everyone's playing a lot of EXs. And there we go with the time. And that was game 1. And we'll move on to video 2 and games 2 and 3. See you next time, folks. Have a nice day.